What's up, my people? Here's the section 4.1 video. We are going to graph quadratics, and we're going to do it in standard form. Woo! The essential question for today is, what are some properties at my disposal that will help me to graph these suckers? So, first of all, this thing that you see before you, this glorious little equation, this is standard form. Notice how we have x squared, x, and the constant term, the one without the variable, all nice in a row. In front of them is a coefficient. It's standard form. It's just basic. We're going to graph equations in standard form, but if we just kind of go in without knowing what we're doing, well, we'll get hurt. And so we need to make use of a couple properties. First of all, as you probably know by now, this is going to graph something called a parabola. And parabolas have a couple features of them that are really, really nice. First of all, they either go up or down. And we can tell right away if it goes up or down by looking at A. I said the power of A. It has the power to tell us if the parabola is going up or down. So if A is a positive number, something like 1 or 2 or 1/2, then the parabola is going up, like a smiley face. Or if A is minus, if it's a negative number like -1 or -2.5, this is going down. It's a frown. You can think that A is negative, so he's frowning. He's a negative Nancy. And he would take offense to that because Nancy's typically a girl's name. Next, since the parabola is like this, it's either going to have a maximum or a minimum. And the maximum or the minimum, so here it is a minimum, right? If we have a downward facing parabola, it would be a maximum. We call this the vertex. And we can find the x-coordinate of the vertex with this useful little formula, -b over 2a. And yes, that's a b, not a 6. My b's look like 6s. I apologize. So, formula x equals -b over 2a. That will tell us the coordinate of the vertex, which remember is the maximum or minimum. Another thing we can make use of is that parabolas are symmetric. So they have this axis of symmetry going right down the middle. And what is on this side is exactly the same as what is on this side, or like their mirror images, right? So the axis of symmetry is a vertical line that runs right through the vertex. And that's going to help us in the problems we do today. So these are some things we need to think about. We need to think about symmetrical, we need to figure out how to find the vertex, and we need to think about A and what it's going to do to the function. So let's look at our first example. I want to graph y equals -1/2 x plus 3. First of all, let's identify our A, B, and C because they will help us to find some things in the problem. So, first, A, that is -1/2. A is the thing in front of the x squared. B is the coefficient in front of the x. Do we see an x term here? No, so B is 0 because there's no x term. C is the constant term. It is 3. Now, because A is negative, remember, it's a negative Nancy, so that parabola is going to go downwards. We need to figure out some points to graph, though. We're going to make an XY table eventually, but I really need to know some points to graph. So remember, the vertex is going to be the point right in the middle, and it's going to be symmetric on either side. Wouldn't it make sense to find the x-coordinate of the vertex and then plot a couple points on either side of the vertex? Remember, we can find the x-coordinate of the vertex by doing -b over 2a. In this case, since b is 0, when I do -b over 2a, that's -0 over 2 times -1/2, but 0 divided by anything is just 0. So the x-coordinate of my vertex is going to be 0, and I'll just make a little note here, vertex 0. I can plot 2 points on either side, and let's make them the same 2 points, and since I'm dealing with a -1/2 here, let's make them even numbers so that when I divide by 2, I don't have to deal with fractions. So let's do -2 and -4, and then we can do 2 and 4. Yes, you always do want to pick 2 points on one side of the vertex and 2 points on the other side of the vertex. Now to figure out the y's, I just need to plug in these points, but let's make use of symmetry. Remember that the vertex is going to be the same going this way as it is going this way. So if I figure out just these points, I should be able to put the y values over here, and you'll see what I mean. So, okay, let's start out with 0, -1/2 times 0 squared plus 3. Well, 0 squared is 0 times -1/2 is 0 plus 3 equals 3. Nice, and let's plot that point. Over 0, up 3. When I plug in 2, -1/2 times 2 squared plus 3. Remember, good order of operations, do the exponent first. 2 squared is 4. 4 times -1/2 is -2, and -2 plus 3 is 1. Awesome. Next, let's plot that. Over 2, up 1. Next point, I have -1/2 times 4 squared plus 3. 4 squared is 16, divided by -2 is -8, plus 3 is -5. So over 4, down 2, 4, 5, right about there. So this side of our parabola is going down like this. And remember, I said that there's this axis of symmetry that runs right through the vertex. This is the vertical line x equals 0. And I said that it was exactly the same on the other side. So since I went over 2 and up 1, when I go over -2, I should also go up 1. When I went over 4, I went down 5. So when I go over -4, I should also go down 5. There's symmetry, and you can use that symmetry to save yourself some time graphing this parabola. So nice, I graphed a parabola. I'm done. Totally graphed this point wrong. It should only be up 1. And let's make the dot extra big so that it intersects this one too. We graphed a parabola. Yay. Let's do the next problem. We'll do this one just as quick. Let's see some things I can think about. A, it's positive, so this is going to be going up. For my xy table, remember I want to figure out the vertex and then 2 points on either side. Remember that the vertex we can find by doing -b. B in this case is -8. So -8 over 2 times a, which is 2. This is the formula -b over 2a. It tells me the x-coordinate of the vertex, always. So -8 is +8 over 2 times 2 is 4. Looks like the vertex here will be 2. Okay? So I use -b over 2a to get that. Let's take away that stuff. 2 points on either side. Let's just do 3 and 4. And then on this side, 1 and 0. I'm just going to do the 2 points directly on either side. Let's plug some stuff in. 2 times 2 squared minus 8 times 2 plus 6. All right, you can put this right into your calculator. If you do it in your head, just make sure to do good order of operations. Take care of the exponents before the multiplication. And let's see if I can get this right. 2 squared is 4, times 2 is 8. Here's -16, so 8 minus 16 is -8, plus 6 is -2. I'm a mental math wizard. Over 2, down 2. There we go. Nice, rolling right along. Let's plug in 3. 2 times 3 squared. 3 squared is 9, times 2 is 18, minus 8 times 2, 3. This was 18, this is minus 24. So 18 minus 24 is 6, plus 6, hey, that's convenient. That's going to be 0. So over 3, up 0. Okay, it's going up. That's what I thought it was going to be. 2 times 4 squared minus 8 times 4 plus 6 equals, okay, 4 squared, 16. 2 times 16 is 32. I have minus 32. Oh, convenient. Those cancel. I'm left with just plus 6. So I have 6. So over 4, up, 2, 4, 6. Word up. There's my parabola. It is wording up because it's going up. And remember, I have symmetry, so I do not need to graph the things on the other side. I know that this is going to be -2. I know that this is going to be 6. because I kept the x's going up just one by one here, and the x's going down one by one here, I can use the symmetry. So over 1 up. Whoa, I did that wrong, didn't I? It should be over 1 up 0. Whoa, man. Over 1 up 0 and over 0 up 6. Notice the symmetry. This point and this point match. This point and this point match. I have symmetry. And let's just say the axis of symmetry here. Remember, this is the vertical line through the vertex. Vertical lines are always x equals a number. That's the way the equation of a vertical line works. In this case, it's x equals 2. And remember, that's the axis of symmetry. All right, that's all I have for you today. Here's the summary. Steps to graph. First of all, take a look at A. If it's positive, it's going up. If it's negative, it's going down. Next, we need to find the vertex. We can find the x-coordinate of the vertex by going negative b over 2a. After we find that, we're going to put that in the middle of an xy table. We're going to do 2 points on either side. We're going to find this point, we're going to find this point, we're going to find this point, and we're going to use symmetry to find these points. That'll give us the parabola. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope that made a lot of sense. Adios.